Hello BookTube, welcome to Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth and this is going to be my April TBR. I am excited that today Tome Topple starts. I am planning to upload this on Friday, April 7th. Tome Topple goes from April 7th to April 20th. I'm actually filming this a little earlier in the week, so I'm going to tell you what I am reading prior to Tome Topple, and then my Tome Topple TBR, and then what I will pick up after Tome Topple is over. So here we go. Currently, during this week leading up to Tome Topple, I am finishing two books that I started prior to April. In print, I have picked up Welcome to Harmony by Jody Thomas. I actually started this in February and I really loved it, but I put it down for March Mystery Madness, and I ended up not picking this back up until March was over because I had several of the Sunshine State books to finish reading at the beginning of March, and then I had so many mysteries that I was trying to squeeze in that I just had to go ahead and put it on hold. But I am back into it now. By the time you see this video, by the time I upload this video, I should be done with it, and I will tell you more about it in my April wrap-up. Another book I started in February, and then I did go ahead and pick this one back up during the last week of March when I got done with all of the audiobooks that I wanted to read or finish reading in March that were mysteries. I went ahead and picked up Dust by Hugh Howey. I had only read about 20 pages of this out of the print book in February, so I just went ahead and started it from the beginning. If you're not familiar with this, this is the third book in the Silo trilogy. The first book is Wool, the second book is Shift, which is kind of a prequel, and then this third book is Dust. This book is crazy. I am on the edge of my seat half the time when I'm listening to it, and I am really enjoying it. Now, I will say though, because I know that a lot of my subscribers know that I don't like foul language, and they don't expect me to read anything with foul language unless I give you a warning about it. And this book does have some foul language, probably a little bit more than Wool did, and maybe a little bit more than Shift. But the plot line is fantastic. The story is fantastic. I wish it didn't have any bad language in it. You could really do without most of it, in my opinion. But I still wanted to read the book. I still wanted to finish the trilogy, and I am really enjoying it. You know, I'm not going to say much about it because it's the third book in a trilogy, but it's a sci-fi action-adventure story about post-apocalyptic people living underground in silos, and I'll just leave it at that. Then I am also finishing the rest of Once and Future King on audio. Our book club will be the third Thursday of April, and we are supposed to have read all four of the books in Once and Future King. They actually said we could skip Sword in the Stone if we couldn't get to all of them, but I read Sword in the Stone back in February. So right now I have on audio The Witch in the Wood and The Ill-Made Knight is one bind up, and then I have The Candle in the Wind and the Book of Merlin on another bind-up. I don't actually have to get to Book of Merlin before book club, so if I don't get to it before Tome Topple starts, I will just put it off until the end of the month. But my plan is to finish all four of those parts of Once and Future King by the end of April. Then I have three other mysteries that I had kind of had at the tail end of my TBR for March that I didn't get to. So my plan is once Tome Topple is over, I will pick these up and then hope to get all three of them read by the end of April. I have Muslin Mystery by Vera Dodge. It's part of the Patchwork Mystery series. It's book 3. I have Aunt Dimity Beats the Devil by Nancy Atherton. I did plan to read this for March Mystery Madness, but I ended up using a different book for the Paranormal Challenge, and because I just couldn't get to this one. And then I have Pretty Poison by Joyce and Jim Levine. This is one of the previous picks for Book One Cozies Club, and when I finish this will catch me up with all of the Book One Cozies Club books that I want to read up to this point. Alright, so for Tome Topple, there are some challenges, and the first challenge is to read more than one book. Well, I have 7 picked out, potentially. I don't think I'll quite get to 7, but I always like to have at least one waiting in the wings. I never like to be without something to read. So I have 7 that are potential, and I really do think I could finish at least 5 of these, maybe 6. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't get to do the last Tome Topple. I can't remember exactly when it was, but it just didn't work out for me with everything else that was going on. But this third one I'm really excited to do because I have several books on my list of 17, Project 17 that I really, really want to read. So I am excited to read as many of these as I can during this month. So the first challenge is to read more than one book, and so I definitely plan to do that. Another challenge is to read a graphic novel. Well, I'm going to go with another Brian Selznick book, and I think I'm going to read Wonderstruck. I did Tome Topple last June, and I ended up reading The Invention of Hugo Cabret, and I really enjoyed it. I didn't really find a 500 plus page graphic novel that I was interested in reading that I hadn't already read. I've already read Blankets by Craig Thompson, and so I figured the Brian Selznick book, since it's half pictures and half text, that can count as a graphic novel. Another one of the challenges is to do a buddy read, and I am going to be buddy reading Gemina with Elizabeth Tyree. This is the second book in the Illuminae files. I read the first one probably over a year ago, and it took me a while to get into it, and I've heard people say similar things about this one, but I think now that I know a little bit more about what to expect, I think I'll be just fine with it, and hopefully it'll go a little quicker than the first one did for me. So I'll be able to knock this one out and then still have plenty of time to read several of my others. And another one of the challenges is to read an adult novel. Well, I have two. They're from a series that I need to finish this year. It's the Earth's Children series by Jean M. Auel, and I am ready to read book 5, which is The Shelters of Stone. My husband has already finished this. He flew through this one pretty quickly, and it's a chunker. It has almost 750 pages. And then this one I may not get to this month, but I definitely want to read it this year. This is book 6, The Land of Painted Caves, and this one is just about the same length as Shelters of Stone. Now the other challenge is to read a series book, and of course those are series books, so I could count those, but I've got 4 other books on my potential TBR that are series books, and so I will definitely read at least one of these. I've got the second book in the Inheritance Cycle called Eldest. I read Aragon last year and really enjoyed it. I do have this ordered on audio from the library. I'm going to be able to listen to this in my car or my CD player here in the house. So I am definitely looking forward to this one. And I also picked up the audio from the library of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is book 4 in the Harry Potter series. If you don't know, I'm reading these finally for the first time in my life, and I'm looking forward to this. This one, I think, is not even the longest one, and it is over 700 pages. My daughter Katie has been after me to get these read already. You know, Mom, when are you going to finish Harry Potter? So I promised her that I was going to read one for Tome Topple. And then I also discovered that I can get several of the Robin Hobb books on Hoopla on my phone through the library, and so I am ready for Assassin's Quest. I read or listened to Royal Assassin, I think in February, yeah, for Fantasy February, and so now I am looking forward to finishing out this trilogy. I don't know if I'll read any more Robin Hobb this year, but one of my goals was to finish at least this first trilogy, and I'm excited to go ahead and knock this one out during Tome Topple. And the last one is one I just remembered just the other day, and I decided to go ahead and put it in the stack, and I discovered that my library does have this on audio as well. It is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I just picked up this print copy at a book sale in February, so I don't have this on my TBR for the year. It's not on any of my lists of 17 or anything like that. It is a book that's been on my radar for a long time, and I am really, really interested in reading this whole series. So here are all my tomes except Wonderstruck, which I'm still waiting on from the library. And I see what they mean about Tome Topple, because these just may topple when I try to lift them all up. I said 7 books, and this actually is 7 books. I guess I have 8 books. I was forgetting about Land of Painted Caves. I probably won't get both of those done this month, but I might. I don't know. We'll see. I'm getting the Clan of the Cave Bear books from the library on Playaway, so I will be able to listen to those and possibly speed them up if I need to. So I guess I have 8 potential books on my TBR. I'm not going to get all 8 of these read during Tome Topple, but I might go ahead and try to finish them during the month. You know, maybe instead of finishing those other mysteries that I showed you, I may just go ahead and finish out the month and try to finish all of these tomes, because it would be great to check these off my list. Let me know if you're participating in Tome Topple, and if you have a video, let me know. You know, if I haven't commented on it, I may not have seen it yet. And that's all I have for this video. I hope you're having a great day, read a good book, and God bless you.